Hello. Um, on this particular video, I will be discussing about flowcharting. Okay. So when we are to create and when we are to build a mansion or a house, basically we need to have a floor plan, right? And from that floor plan, our hired engineer will then try to interpret that floor plan and eventually translate that into a building, right? Same with programming. Now, in programming, given a programming problem, all you have to do is technically and ideally, you'll be creating flowchart based on a particular problem. All right, and from this problem, you'll be creating flowchart, and from this flowchart, you'll be creating programs. You're going to translate this flowchart into a code, let's say program. All right, so that's that's uh, that's the ideal way of uh, creating a flowchart. But when I was in college, I find it hard to to draw a flowchart first out from the problem, and then from the flowchart, I will then translate it and create programs. I find it hard. What I did was I do programming first and then translate that into flowchart. So in building in building a room or a house, a mansion, same as I'm trying to build a house first and then out from that house I'll then create floor plan. Right. So I would like to suggest to to you subscribers that you build or you create formulate flowchart first out from the problem, and then from flowcharting then to programming, right? Intentionally I discuss first programming, and then prior to discussing the function programming, which is a little bit harder than the usual videos that I posted, I'll then discuss first flowcharting, and after flowcharting, we'll then shift to function programming. That's my way of handling my class when I was still when we have this face-to-face IT programming class, right? So I find it accommodating on the part of the students to discuss first programming, give them ideas, what is syntax, what is formats, what is syntax error, logic error, what is programming, and then after that shift a little to flowcharting, and then after flowcharting go back to programming in a harder way now, right? Because flowcharting is just a very short topic. It's just a very short topic, and it will only cost one video, right? So we'll be discussing flowcharting in this particular video, and after that we'll go back to programming. All right. So here, look at this. Um, I will be sharing to you guys my online one. I did use the smart draw, right? So in flowcharting, I would like to suggest we'll focus on the basic, because as of now we are only up to uh, nested loop, nested for loop, right? So in flowcharting we have this button. Okay, this is actually the start and end button. Okay, the starting point and the termination point of a program. All right, and then the next one symbol, flowchart symbol, is this one, process box. Now this process box, this is where the formulas, the operators, the assignment statements are being placed on this process box. Let's say, for example, when you say E is equal to B plus 2 divided by 3, you can place that. All right, and then the next one is this one. This is the decision box. This is where you place conditions. While this condition is true, perform. If this condition is false, perform. it handles two way, the true and the false way. All right. Later on, I'll be giving you samples. Okay, and the last one is this one. This is actually the input and output box, or the data box. This is where we place the inputs and output statement, the scanf, the printf, and everything. All right. So that's it. I'd love to focus your attention on these four basic and major flowchart symbols. Number one, the start and end symbol, flowchart symbol, the process box, decision box, and the input output box, or the display box. Okay, so this is the start end box. All right, and this one is the process box. Okay, and this one is what, decision box. All right, and this one is the display box, or the so-called input output box. Okay, so that's it. Never mind some other symbols here. We're not dealing with databases yet, so we'll focus on in here, right? So to give you a deep understanding of this, we'll try to have a problem. All right. So here, for example, um, when we are to create program, so uh, design a program, right? To ask to compute for A and B, where A is 7 and B is 10. To compute for the sum of A, right, and then display the sum. Okay, that's it. So here, design a program to compute for the sum of A and B, where A is 7. All right, A is 7 and B is 10. Then afterwards, display the sum. Okay, so we'll try to create flowchart on that. We'll be computing for the sum of A and B and display. All right, so here, look at this. We'll start with this button. Okay, are you following? So this is the start button, right, or the begin button, and then followed by what's next? We are to compute for the sum of A and B. So all formulas must be placed within the process box here. So you can have here A is equal to 7, right, and B is equal to 10. All right, so that's it. Going back to our notepad, A is 7 and B is 7. Next is compute for the sum, right? So compute for the sum. So to compute for the sum, it's again another formula. All right, so compute for the sum. So the sum is what? Sum is equal to A plus B. Going back, display the sum. So to display the sum, we'll be using this input and output box, right? So input and output box, we'll be using this one. So display sum. Okay, and then what's next? No more, end. So we'll try to terminate the program. So we'll be placing in here and stop. So to give connections or to put connection, we'll be placing lines. All right, so lines in there. Okay, I'm sorry, that, and then another line going to, all right, sorry, so we'll try to enlarge this one. Okay, I'm sorry, uh, uh, oh my goodness, okay, that's it. And then uh, after getting the sum, you have to display it. Okay, and then after displaying, exit and end the program. All right, now to give us full view, this is now the flowchart. Okay, by just looking at the flowchart, it is as good as seeing that our program will compute or will assign, right, a as 7, b as 10, and then compute for the sum and display. You're following? So when we are to create a program on this, uh, what is the program? Include stdio.h, right? And then int main, you're following? I hope you can, I'm sorry, you can see it. Int a and b, right? A is equal to 7, b is equal to 10, right? Sum is equal to a plus b, and then display. Okay, we'll enlarge this one. Sum is 100% day, right? And whatever is the value of sum. Then return as 0. Okay, so that's it. According to the problem, design a program to compute for the sum of a and b, where a is 7 and b is 10. Display. So this is our flowchart. This is our program. Okay. So for us to have a full view of our flowchart, this is it. Okay. Begin, then assign a by 7, assign b by 10, then compute for the sum of a and b, and whatever is that, display it and end. So this is our program. Okay. Assign a by 7, b by 10, then get the sum and display. Okay, so when we are to run this program, sorry, when we are to run this program, see, we'll try to place it here if we can do it. I don't know. Okay, good. Here, so this is our program. Run. I have a problem with my Control C. I have a technical problem. But going back to flowcharting, okay, it's here. Right? So if this is the problem, okay, this is the problem. This is now the plan, and this is now the building, the actual execution of the program. Okay, so in your case, to make your programming problem simpler, create a flowchart first, and then out from the flowchart, convert that into a program. That's the ideal cycle of programming. Oh my goodness! Here, try clicking run. Let's see if it runs. Oh, I cannot connect to the server. I'm sorry. I don't know. But technically, this program is correct. This program is correct. Only that I have a slight problem with my online compiler, right? In a way, we are all aware that this program will run, right, and this will compute for the sum a plus b, and display sum is whatever is the value of sum that will be placed in here. Okay, so I just don't know why it is not running. Oh, look at this, connection to server is lost, please refresh. That's the problem with you know that's a problem with online compiler. Okay, checking your browser before accessing online GDB. This process, right? All right. So cannot post online compiler. That's the sometimes find it. You know, see if you can still use my online compiler. Just trying to to give you the whole process. Flowcharting is one way of enhancing your analysis to the programming problems, making it simpler and easier. Okay, so we'll try to clicking run button. Okay, I hope. Here. Oh, main C. In main. What is this? I need to declare the sum. Right. So run again. Here, sum is equal to 17. Right. So that's it. Okay. Now, here, what if we'll be using scanf? Okay, we'll be using scanf, and we'll be using conditions, if conditions. Okay. For example, what is that? Sample problem. Design a program to ask for an age and evaluate if age is greater than 18, display he can vote, else display he cannot vote. Right, so this is it. Design a program to ask for an age. All right, and your program will then evaluate if age is greater than 18, so we'll be using conditions, if condition, display he can vote, if else display he cannot vote, meaning if his age is lower than 18, he's not allowed to vote. All right, so that's it. We'll try to create flowchart in this. Okay, so here, all right, here, so flowchart will start in here. So okay, start, you can have capital, and then it will ask for an age. So here it will ask for an age, ask for age. All right, ask for age. After that, asking for age, then evaluate. So conditions, evaluate if what, if age is what, is age is greater than 18. Okay, so if that is the case, if this condition is true, what's then? Display. All right, display what, he can vote. If false, display he cannot vote. Are you following? Huh? And what's next? Exit from the loop, or from the program. So end or stop, right? So in here, start, or you can say begin, no problem. Okay, so we'll try to have some lines or connections. So it will start from here and goes in here, ask for an age, and then after getting an age, try to evaluate by using decision box. All right, and if this condition is true, what's the needed action? You have to, I'm sorry, okay, and if this condition is true or yes, right? If false and if no, so in here, this is the problem with this. Yeah, that's it. No, it's if no, all right. So here, if no, and then exit from, right? Exit from. So we'll try changing this one. This is quite okay, I'm sorry. We'll try to okay, so here, all right, so this is it. Look at this. Going back in here, design a program to ask for an age, all right, and then evaluate. If age is greater than 18, display he can vote. If not greater than 18, display he cannot vote. Look at this. Start, ask for an age. Evaluate, is age greater than 18? If yes, display he can vote. After displaying, exit. If this condition is false, meaning no, display he cannot vote, then exit. That's flowcharting. And from here, create a program. Alright, so that's it. All you have to do is to understand the 4 basic boxes: the start and end box, the input and output box, the decision box, and the display box, and even the process box. The process box handles all formulas. A is equal to A plus B times B and C, right? So that's it. This is actually the flow chart for if conditions, right? Basically. All right. So I might be posting videos, another video for flowcharting, and it's more on a higher way of doing flowcharting. These are all actually simple, yeah, simple flowcharting. Now what if this problem? Look at this. Design a program to display 1 to 10 using loop. All right. What is 10? Should be using for loop. Okay. So look at this. Let's go back in. We'll try to have another page. All right. our program will display 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we'll be using for loop. So we'll be having this start or begin, right? Begin or start, and then what's next? Um, Initialize the value, because you'll be displaying um, what? You'll be displaying 1 to 10. So I is equal to 1. All right, and then uh, we'll try to check is I uh, uh, less than or equal to 10. All right, now if this condition is true, display, okay, display I. If this condition is false, okay, we'll try to move in here. If this condition is false, another display button in here, box. Ano? If this condition is false, we are dealing with, if this condition is true, print, all right, and then after printing, what's next? Increase the value of I. Okay, so increase the value of I. So this is where I++ comes in, all right, and then after such, go back to the condition. If false, what's next? Stop. All right, stop. So stop or end, no problem, they're the same. Okay, so here, look at this. I will try to decrease the size to have a full view. So here we'll start from here, begin or start, all right, and then I'm sorry, okay, and from here we'll try to, right, and if this condition is true, all right, if this condition is true, okay, then going back in here, and I'm going to explain this in a while. Okay, and then what's next? Going back to where? Sorry, I cannot. What is this? I find it hard creating a line. So I'm sorry. Here. I don't know. Anyway, we'll try to have some adjustment, right? Okay, and then if you can adjust them, right? So here, okay, so, and from here we'll try to, all right, so in here, so look at this. This is for yes, right? And this one is for no. Okay. This is the problem with when we are using online. Yes. Okay. Now this. Now, begin. We tend to initialize because we are going to display 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 19. So we tend to initialize I by 1, and it goes to the session. Is your I, which is 1, less than or equal to 10? True. Now, since true, go to yes side, display whatever is the value by. So it displays 1, and it goes back in here, right? Increase the value by, it becomes 2. Go back, check the condition. Is your 2 less than or equal to 10? Yes, display I, it displays 2. So 1, 2. Then increase the value by I++, goes back again. Is your 3 lesser than or equal to 10? Yes, display I. That's loop. Okay? Then increase the value by again until such time that I becomes 9. So is your 9 less than or equal to 10? Yes, display 9. It goes in here, I++. I now becomes 10. Is your 10 less than or equal to 10? Yes, display I, display 10. I++, that's 11. It goes in here. Is 11 less than or equal to 10? False. No. So instead of going to yes, it goes to no, and it will exit. It displays 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the form of loop flowchart. Alright? And a while ago I give you this one. Okay? This is actually the flowchart for if conditions. Right? This one, if you can see, if the condition is true, yes, display. If false, display, and so on. But with the loop or for loop or while loop, same flowchart. Initialize, check the condition. If true, display, increase the value, incrementation, loop again. Loop, loop, loop until such time that this condition becomes false. If false, exit from the loop and next. Okay, so that's flowcharting. I was not able to give you the ideal form of flowchart, but more or less that is the technical. I was able to discuss the technicality of flowchart, and anyway, I will be giving you another video for flowcharting, and I'll be giving some complex programming problem, and we'll try to create flowcharts in this. All right, these flowcharts are actually simple flowcharts. I was just trying to give you the form of a loop flowchart and the form of a conditions flowchart. Okay, so this is for if statements, conditional statements, switch, if else, nested if, and this one is for loops, for loop, do while loop, right? So that's it. I hope, and from here, by the way, and from here you can then create programs, right? So what's the program? Include stdio.h, right? Int main, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then int I for I is equal to 1, right? This one, you're following, and then is I less than or equal to 10, this decision box here, and then if true, display I. I++ is this one, this is part of the syntax. Are you following? Right? So if you can see on the program, we are I'm sorry, I cannot. Yeah. I'm just trying to go on. And then what's next? Printf, display whatever the value is, the value of I, right? So that's it. and then return 0. So while this condition is true, good as in here, perform print I, meaning display. While this condition is true, display I increase, right? So when you are going to ask Junel, where is the flowchart of int main? Where is the flowchart of include stdio.h? Where's the flowchart of int I? Flowchart are actually intended for the algorithm, the logic of the program, the main lines of the program. It's on the statements. Okay, not all part of the programs are subject for flowcharting. No, just the major one. So the statements, for loop, while loop, do while loop, if statement, print if, scan if, those are actually subject for flowcharting. Okay. So on my next video, I will be discussing a little bit complex flowcharting topics, and I hope with this flowchart tool, I was able to discuss and deliver something useful today, and I hope you can use this tool in your programming problems to make it lighter and easier. Okay, so bottom line of my discussion is be a master of 4 boxes: begin and end box, process box, input and output box, decision box. There are only 4 as of now. And when you will be handling with databases and so on and so forth, then you'll be touching some other symbols in here. Okay? So, I'm tired. Thank you so much for now. I hope I was able to discuss the technicalities of flowcharting. Anyway, we'll be having some other video for flowchartings, right? And please click like button and subscribe. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless. That's all. Goodbye for now.